Hey all, new day, new verses as we continue on into Matthew chapter 13. Today we're doing verses 47 through 52. The parable of the fishing net. Let's dig in. 47. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a fishing net that was thrown into water and caught fish of every kind. When the net was full, they dragged it up onto the shore, sat down and sorted the good fish into crates, but threw the bad ones away. This is how it will be at the end of the world, or end of the age. The angels will come and separate the wicked people from the righteous, throwing the wicked into the fiery furnace where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Do you understand all these things? Yes, they said, we do. Then he added, every teacher of religious law who becomes a disciple in the kingdom of heaven is like a homeowner who brings from his storeroom new gems of truth as well as old. I like this, I know I say I love all these parables because I really do. This one gives me kind of two different things that just really wanted to dig into. With 47, it was like, okay, so that means everyone's invited. That means that God's like, no, come on, everyone, come. Be in relationship with me. But at the end of the age, we're going to see evil separated from good. At least that's what the text says there, that the wicked people will be separated from the righteous. So, that's an interesting one, especially since it's heaven and earth reuniting. And, well, if heaven and earth are reuniting, then the wicked wouldn't be able to say. It'd just kind of be cast out by nature of not being part of the thing. Take the S-U-N sun, for example. If you're not of it and you get too close, you're dead. You're screwed. You're just up in smoke. If not disintegrated on a molecular level. And I think we see similar here. Psalms in the Word, both in a couple of places in the Word, talk about the fact that the Word is sharper than any two-edged sword. That it cuts to the joint between soul and spirit, between joint and marrow. That it feels a healing balm, B-A-L-M, but can often be a cutting sword. And yeah, it can be. Because it's cutting away from us the part of us we don't want in the first place, the part of us that isn't us in the first place, the part of the world. And if we choose that we want to hold on to that, rather than lose our lives and therefore truly find it, we're going to see that catch up real quick. They're just some things we're not allowed to do, and some things we're supposed to do. Calling out evil, doing it in love. Standing firm, not becoming the beast that's there. We're created in love, so we're supposed to live in love. And Jesus, by his own death and resurrection, shows that the truest form of power is not by the sword, but by laying down one's life for friend and foe alike. That's what he did. He died in our place so that we might truly live. And we see in this parable that God's saying, no, everyone's invited to come with. The angels will sort out those who actually don't want anything to do with the kingdom, but are instead using it to get their own means, devices, and ends. God knows the heart. He'll sort that out. And that makes me smile. Because it seems rather fitting to have this section here at 52 tied in. That every teacher of religious law who becomes a disciple in the kingdom is like a homeowner who brings from his storeroom new gems of truth as well as old. And it feels like not only is it an invitation to preachers to get away from religion, not only a near demand to abandon religion and go full in relationship, but it seems like God is saying, if you do this, as a preacher, if you walk away from religion and come into relationship, you will find a new and deeper understanding than you ever thought possible. And you will be bringing in not just old treasures that you held on to and learned in those places, but new ones as you learn what they truly mean. Because God is the one who holds that revelation. He's the one who holds that wisdom. He's the one who will direct us and give us wisdom if we let him, if we trust him to do so. As I'm finding anymore that the difference between trust and belief, although thin, is rather big. And I think it's an invitation to start looking at life a little differently. To start looking at how God defines it, not how humans do. To look at the fact that the angels are the ones who will separate the wicked from the righteous. That's not our job. Our job is to grow, to prosper, to be a light shining as a city on a hill. So it means that our battle is a different one. Just by nature of the text, the battle cannot be against flesh and blood. So, let us instead resolve to live in love, to know that God will do the sorting. All we have to do is grow in him. So no matter the trials, no matter the tribulations, no matter the struggle, he'll see to it. Well, a quick episode today, episode teaching, I don't know what you're going to call them. A quick one today though, because I am off to get a nerve cauterization, so yay there. I will see you guys tomorrow as we go on into Jesus rejected at Nazareth, verses 53 to the end of the chapter. I look forward to seeing you guys then. May his favor be upon you. Know that you are absolutely loved. And know that if you grew up in religion, there is hope. Because in relationship, he will take you from a place of not understanding to real understanding. Just walk away from the religion and into the relationship. Because religion will get you nowhere that you want to be, except for a placing of gnashing, weeping, and suffering. A place that we inevitably choose. Because, well, I mean, that's just it. The text says we do. And if we're honest, we do. We choose in our hearts that we want to follow the enemy or the world rather than live in the love and the peace and the joy and everything else that we've been given. So, the choice is there. Make it, and make it quick. Do you want true life from the source of all life and love? Or the world's game? I can promise you, as somebody who's gone and played it, it's a really stupid game with really boring answers and a very dull win. Think of it like Monopoly, but with green money instead of blue. Because that's all the world really has to offer. But God, he offers the source of all life. He offers a place of growth, of prosperity, of being forged into a new creation by his refining fire and his mighty hands. So what are you going to do? Hold to him or the world? Because the choice is simple. The decision and actively living in it, it can be a struggle at first. But like with anything, the more you do it, the easier it gets. So I implore you, dig into relationship. Because the more you listen to him, the easier it gets. The more you cling to him, the brighter the day gets. And the more you realize that things eternal have far more value and far more matter than the corporeal focus that we've lost ourselves in as a culture. Well, I will see you guys tomorrow. May his favor be upon you. Know that you are loved and go to him. Because he can work all things. And if you're not sure which one you're going to be sorted into, well, ask him. Better yet, dig into him. And let him show you who you are in him. I'll see you then.